Welcome to the final episode of my F1 2014-2015 career mode of Sauber. It's the last time I'm going to be racing against the Caterham, the last time I'll have to see the Caterham, hopefully the last time I'll have to think about the Caterham. To the delight of, well, given my comment section, only myself, Caterham folded at the end of 2014, so coming into 2015 and 16 and so on, they don't exist, and that is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, we don't have the highs in qualifying as we did in Brazil. It was still a pretty standard qualifying, fairly strong. We comfortably get... Jesus Christ, P4. Okay, I thought it was more average than that. Okay, this is a strong qualifying. Where does Sutil qualify? Good job, man. Good job. Well done. I cannot wait to get a new teammate, to be honest. I am truly sick of his shit. Q2, I was apparently so confident that I end up not doing a banker lap time. We're going to do one lap at the end of Q2. My confidence has paid off with P9 through to Q3 for the final time. And in Q3 we do exactly the same as we did in Q2. We don't bother putting a banker lap time in. We go for one final lap right at the end of qualifying. Fastest laps are coming in. I don't think I'll be challenging for pole on this occasion. But through turn 1, we're going to understeer and track extend and definitely invalidate the lap in any other F1 game. And coming through turn number 3, what better way to end this season than just to show how understeery this car has been all season. We go onto the bumps at the exit at turn number 3, pile drive it into the wall. We're qualifying P10 for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It was my last qualifying session of the season. I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and take this corner flat out. The car very firmly said no.
Welcome to Yas Marina Circuit for this day into night race. The teams are done putting the finishing touches to the cars. It's time now for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We knew this was a track that suited the Mercedes well, but no one would have expected that...
Now at the time of recording, I'm still undecided if I'm going to do a 2015 season again or just go straight to 2016 and actually enjoy it. One major point that's really stopped me from just doing a 2015 season is the fact that I'll have to listen to Crofty continuously talk about Hamilton for another 19 races. On the grid for the final time, let's take a look at our strategy. 3-stop. That's not happening. We're most likely going to go for a 2-stop. Option prime. We've got yellow flags already. 5 lights out and away we go. Let's just watch it unfold. It's a shocking start. Who would have guessed? Down to P12, Hulkenberg absolutely sends it into turn 1, side by side with Perez, as is the Force Indias. I'm sure they'll stick together for the rest of the race. We've still got yellow flag. I'm going to assume I'm not going to get penalised for overtaking. I can guarantee Hulkenberg has not got a penalty. We're going to send it up the inside of both Force Indias into turn number 4. Back up into P10 we go. On to lap number 2, we've still got yellow flags. It's a visual glitch. I've not got penalised for overtaking the Force Indias. I'm understeering through turn 3 once again. It's not quite as dramatic as in qualifying, but it did show just how horrible this car was that I was having to deal with this race. And I've lost the back end at the exit of turn number 5. We've lost the place to both Force Indias and Jean-Eric Vergne. Got Magnussen and Kvyat behind me. It's like all the people that I've been battling with this entire season have all grouped together to give me a hard time in the final race of the season. On the back of Jean-Eric Vergne, we're going to go up the inside into the chicane. Somehow it's pretty clean, and we go up into P12. We've now got the wall of Force Indias going side by side. DRS and slipstream on each other. We've been here before. It's going to be tough to overtake them, but if they're going side by side into corners like this, it might not actually be that difficult. I don't know the corner number because I've just realised that I've got the new track map up and not the old one, but we get a beautiful switchback on both Force Indias. Back up into P10 we go. Given the distance between myself and Raikkonen, it's definitely going to be a battle for the final points playing position in this race. You know, for a track that's infamously difficult to overtake at, the Force Indias were sure as hell making it look easy. Perez cruises past me down towards the chicane. Hulkenberg is now trying on my right hand side. We hit the back of Perez into the braking zone. Hulkenberg is still on my right hand side. We managed to defend against him, but we have quite badly lost out to Perez. He's already driven away. We're side by side into turn 11. It's the AI on the outside. They're going to back out of it. We hold on to P11. We'll see if we can stay on the back of Perez, but I'll be honest, now that he's pulled away from me, I'm not too optimistic about that. According to Jeff, we've got yellow flags ahead, which for some reason takes away the yellow flags briefly. Interesting, but I guess that fits with the race director. Coming through turn number 2, we've got Bottas on the right hand side. We've also got, was that Massa as well? Williams having an absolute shocker of a final race of the season. We've also got a slow moving Alonso ahead of Perez. That would be perfect time for me, however, Perez is now going to get DRS on Alonso, and both of them are just going to drive away from me. Something catastrophic could definitely happen though, because on lap number 5, myself, Perez, Alonso had all caught onto the back of Button and Raikkonen. This could be the AI just struggling with tyre wear. It is lap number 5 on the soft tyres. It's usually when they start to struggle. Not that them going slowly matters at all, because as you can see down the straight, they fucked off. We have got quite an intense championship fight for the final race of the season, so let's have a look at the Mercedes, see how they're doing. Rosberg is behind Hamilton, goes for a move into turn number 8, cruises by to take the lead of the race. He needs to win the race, and Hamilton needs to finish off the podium for Rosberg to win the championship. So currently, it's not enough for Rosberg. Given how dominant the Mercedes are, this is going to be a tough win for Rosberg. Why are the AI like this? So Lewis Hamilton has picked up damage through every fault of his own. I'm not even going to blame the Williams on that occasion. The Williams ahead has got a puncher and is facing the barrier. Yellow flags, Alonso slows up. We're going to go for a move around the outside of turn number 11. Cruising past because he had to slow down. Up into P8 we go. We're still struggling against these cars. They're so much faster than me. But hopefully one by one I can just pick them off and move up the grid. Especially with a little bit of drama happening. Speaking of drama, because AI can't drive with a little bit of damage to the front wing, Hamilton is going incredibly slowly through the penultimate corner and causes utter chaos. Button goes into the side of him. Perez then sideswipes him. We just get through. We almost get taken out at the final race of the season. But that drama is going to promote us up into P6 as more cars come into the pit. We absolutely do not deserve to be here on pace. But we're keeping it clean, and the AI are having just one of those races where hopefully we can capitalise. Normally when this happens though, we do throw it away. We did go up to P5 because Rosberg pulled into the pit. He won't stay there for long because he is directly behind me coming onto the back straight. We do have DRS on Perez. It's not going to do anything. Surprisingly slowly, Rosberg coots past me. But I don't really want to fight him. I don't want to get involved in this. I also don't want Hamilton to win because listening to Crofty would be truly an unbearable way to end the season. While he made light work of me, Rosberg gets stuck behind Perez through the final sector. Perez pulls into the pit, promoting us back up into P5. It might even be more if more cars are coming to the pit. We're still behind Rosberg. I'm sure he's going to drive away now, but we are going to go up to P3 onto lap number 7. I think my plan was to stretch these tyres out until lap number 8 and then go for 2 10-lap prime stints. And given how much drama was going on around me, it was working out currently. We ended up going to the dizzying heights of P2, a place that I didn't at all expect to be in for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Rosberg looks set to take an easy win and potentially a championship. I don't know where Hamilton is currently. But of course, being in a good position, I have to throw it away.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
Once again, I run wide through turn number 3, hit the bumps. We don't retire the car like in qualifying. We don't get off lucky like at the start of the race. We lose our front wing and we have to complete an entire lap with no downforce. Luckily I've been driving without downforce for the entire season. We're looking for the silver linings. I might as well get a thumbnail for this crash. Might as well get something from it. Oh yeah, that's great. That's exactly what I want. Brilliant thumbnail. It was a long and very painful lap number 8. Ricciardo obviously catches me in the end. It was inevitable that I was going to get caught. I had a decent gap to P3. It was Magnussen, but an entire lap without a front wing. There's only so much I can do in this car. We are going to make it to the pit though. We've lost probably about 3 minutes. It's been a very long lap. But we make it to the pit for a set of the prime tyres. We don't really have the pace, so I'm not too optimistic currently. I've really got to hope that there's more drama to come. But that turn 3 crash was extremely costly. And unfortunately, because the pit crew are so slow and will get held up by Maldonado. We're going to drop all the way down the order, so for the final race of the season, not only were we on track for a potential podium, maybe top 5, we come out of the pit in P18, so like most of the races this season, we're going to have to fight for some points. We're going to have to fight for the field, and unfortunately, we may have to see the Caterham one last time. One positive that was getting me by, I did get to watch Sutil battle Chilton, which was, that was cute. He tried his best in a superior car, and he's really struggling with it. We're going to go for our favourite move that we did in the Force Indias, get a cutback through turn number 13, straight up into P14. We're not dealing with Sutil, we're not dealing with Chilton this race. I've got no time for them. We saw in Japan, if I kept a clean race, I could somehow recover and get some points. So we just got to hope I don't bottle it again. I've got my 1 bottle out for this race. It should have been used up in qualifying, but apparently I had 2, given how it's, you know, final race of the season, double points, double bottles. Hopefully now we can have a clean race and finish the race in the points. We're up into P10 by lap number 14 as other cars come into the pit, make that P9. Despite the crash, I was able to get back with Fernando Alonso, so I was at least, I think, in the points. I hope Alonso's still battling for points. We're side by side into turn number 13. No, we're not, that's turn number 8. Side by side through turn number 9, and we're going to scare him offline. Not that's going to matter though, because he'll get DRS down this straight, and I'm sure cruise past me with the same Ferrari engine that I've got. There's definitely something up with the straight line speed of the player car on this game. It's definitely underpowered, but into turn number 11, we go a little bit deep, defend against Alonso, hold on to P9, and continue catching Roman Grosjean ahead of us. At the end of lap number 14, Grosjean comes into the pit, that's going to be another place for us to gain, up into, for fuck's sake. What the fuck are you talking about, Jeff? Well, we lose out to Alonso, but realistically we didn't really have the pace this race. We are on the ideal strategy, however, as we continue to make up positions up into P7. And then Perez on the faster tyres completely breezes past me into turn number 8. Side by side through turn number 9. He's going to get me down towards turn number 11. We know it's going to happen. It's the Mercedes versus the Ferrari. I cannot wait to have a car that can just go in a straight line. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to defend it at every single corner. I can actually maybe overtake in a straight line. That would be nice. That would be a nice change. But yeah, the tail end of my second stint was just me being harassed by the Force Indias down the straight. Easily beating them in the corners. But just being harassed down the straight with DRS. As usual. We're still doing a decent job holding P7. I don't expect it to last. It's just a matter of time. The second I can't get back past into the corners, they will drive away. We know this. We've seen it with Alonso. We've now got Magnussen on the outside of turn number 11. It's easy to defend against. Lap number 18, and here comes Magnussen and Hulkenberg. I try and defend against the McLaren. We move across on them, we make contact. I slow him up a little bit. Enough to be able to go side by side and diving him into turn number 8. Scare him offline, it's the same old move. Side by side through turn number 9 though. And he's going to get DRS on me down this straight, and he's absolutely driven away. Hulkenberg then comes through, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. Other than, of course, diving him at the inside of turn number 11. Helplessly trying to defend this position. And it all ends in disaster as we make contact through turn number 12. Give him a little love tap as we drive past him, because obviously that's not my fault. So let's take a look at this incident. On board with Hulkenberg, I go for a very optimistic dive into turn number 11, and we just kind of come together. I close the door on him and then hit him into a half spin. I mean, I'll happily admit, completely my fault. Do I care? Have the AI taken me out enough times? Was it the last race of the season? Was I at this point so mentally drained by this car that I just had enough? For no other reason than boredom, I decide I'm going to stretch these tyres out and we're going to go on softs to the end. Try and have a bit of fun on the final stint of this season. And it just meant I was just getting eaten up by every single AI car that came up behind me down the straight. We dive up the inside of following corners. and then the second DRS hits. They just drive away. I'll be honest, I was seriously fed up with this car by this point. So at the end of lap number 20, we're going to come into the pit for a set of the soft tyres. I slow into the pit because I was panicked they were going to put primes on, so I've lost even more time. We've held up Grosjean. I'm genuinely shocked I didn't get a penalty or disqualified for that. What's the bets that Grosjean ends up jumping me in the pit because the AI seemingly get phenomenal pit stops and my team are idiots? I was genuinely joking. So we come out in P17. Let's chase down some points. First up was Grosjean, going for our favourite move of this race. The cutback through turn number 13, inside line for turn number 14, scare him offline, up into P16. Next up, Jules Bianchi, but not before we overtake Maldonado in the pit. Up into P14 we go. Thank God I didn't have to overtake him. I do not want to deal with Maldonado this race. Next up it was Jules Bianchi, who was chasing down Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez apparently having a shocking race. We're going to go for the same move on Bianchi, side by side through turn number 14. He doesn't want anything to do with it on the fresher tyres. Up into P13, and next up, Sergio Perez. This one's going to be much more difficult because obviously he can cruise past me down the straights, so I'm going to have to be smart of when I make this move. But we're on fresh tyres, he's on prime tyres. Let's see what I can do down the straight with the tyre difference. Absolutely fucking nothing. We only close up to him because I send it up the inside of turn number 8. He goes offline, side by side through turn number 9. But it's not going to matter. It's a drag race and I'm going to lose. And he's got DRS. I fucking hate this game. We've got no choice but to send it once again. We try and scare him offline, but it doesn't work this time. We're going to go for our favourite move, as always. It's been effective all race so far. Inside line for turn number 14. We're past Sergio Perez. I give it half a lap before he overtakes me down the back straight. Oh, no, apparently not. Lap 27, we've pulled away from Perez. Massa is now P13 somehow. We're now right behind the Toro Rosso of Kvyat. 2 positions away from getting some points. I don't think I'm getting points at the final race of the season, but I don't care. My final challenge for this season is going to be battling Kvyat. The downside though was at this point my tyres were absolutely shot, so Kvyat was actually faster than me. So for my final lap of the season I was forced to sit behind Kvyat one last time. So let's take a look at the championship. Rosberg comes front, the final few corners. He is going to win the race. He has done everything he needs to. He just needs Hamilton to finish off the podium, and given the race he had, he may well have done so. No, he's just behind Ricciardo. Ricciardo's P2, Hamilton is P3, so he's going to take the championship. It was very exciting. Rosberg almost had it, but no, Hamilton's taking it. I might mute the post-race commentary on this one. But here we are, my final lap of F1 2015-2014. Behind Kvyat, we're trying everything we can to try and get past him, but it's the third sector of Abu Dhabi. It's not going to happen, especially with the worn tyres we've got. We're going to finish P12 in my final race with Sauber. It's over. It's over. We've done it.
Well, you've just had your last Grand Prix. I'm sorry to announce that to you.
What? I'm the happiest man in the world.
So Nico Rosberg wins the final race of the season. He had a 5-second penalty for something and almost loses the win to Daniel Ricciardo. He finishes second. Hamilton finishes third to win the championship and made it as difficult as possible for himself. We end up finishing in P12, but honestly, I didn't care. I was just happy this was over. I'd well and truly checked out for this race. I'm not ashamed to admit that. After guaranteeing P10 in Brazil, getting the win, I'll be honest, I really didn't care about this race. So looking at the final driver standings for this season, Hamilton wins, 2 points ahead of Nico Rosberg. Sebastian Vettel comes home in P3 despite not winning a single race this season. Valtteri Bottas P4 after getting his first win of his career in Italy this season. Raikkonen somehow beat Fernando Alonso Daniel Ricciardo gets his first and only second place of the season at the final race of the season. Fernando Alonso finishes P7 despite getting a race win in Singapore. Felipe Massa had an absolutely shocking season compared to his teammate. Jenson Button finishes on 69 points, nice. And we finish in P10, 58 points. Jesus Christ, that's depressing. It feels like it should be a lot more. And Kevin Magnussen, despite finishing P11, is the 7th different race winner this season. Jean-Eric Vergne was annoyingly consistent throughout the entire season, finishes P12. The two Force Indias were just weirdly slow throughout this entire season. Hulkenberg beats out Perez, but Perez loses out to Jules Bianchi, who gets that podium at the race we won't talk about. Roman Grosjean on 4th place is P16. Marcus Ericsson gets points for Caterham. Kvyat just gets 1 point for Toro Rosso, despite consistently battling me at the lower end of the top 10. And Adrian Sutil, as we know, gets 1 point for the team. Thank you so much, Adrian. Really appreciate it. With Kamui Kobayashi, Max Chilton and Pastor Maldonado being the only drivers not to score. In the Constructors, obviously, Mercedes win. That was never in doubt. Red Bull, despite not getting a race win, finishing second ahead of Ferrari. Williams finished down in 4th, inevitably down to Felipe Massa's shocking performance. McLaren were always guaranteed P5. They were just best of the rest in the middle of nowhere. No thanks to Adrian Sutil's single point. Sauber finished P6, 59 points ahead of Toro Rosso, who jumped Force India at the last race of the season, with Marussia finishing best of the back markers, all of which coming down to that Monaco race. And that marks the end of my season. Here's the summary. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I didn't actually realise I whitewashed him. So that's it. That is F1 2015-14 career mode done. I might be the first person ever to complete this game mode.
Did someone win a world championship today?
They did. So let you...
Congratulations. Congratulations, Nico.
Listen, what I'm going to do...
It was Nico, wasn't it?